Morning and happy new month. It's already November. You know, time is flying by so fast. I hope you're making every minute of it worth and making it count. Thank you so much for making time to join us this wonderful morning. Today we're going to listen into an inspiring story that is supposed to encourage you to know that you can start with whatever you have, wherever you are, and it is possible to have a successful life, a successful career. Joining me in studio today is Ngena Caroline. Ngena is a motivational speaker. She's an MC and she is also an entrepreneur. And let me tell you guys, her journey is amazing. She started from very humble backgrounds and she's created, I would say an empire. She's done very well for herself and she's here to inspire us all, especially as the young people. You know, I'm always just talking about how you can do anything that you want to do with yourself. If you have any stories, any questions, any comments, send them on our social media platforms at Circuit TV Show, and you can also reach me directly at Christine Kiai. The hashtag is Real Talk with Christine Kiai. Very much welcome to this program and welcome, Ngena.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it's nice to see you. You look very lovely.
Good to see you, Christine.
Yes, and I've read your story and I want you to share that, you know, with our viewers today. I want someone to be inspired that you can start from humble beginnings. You can actually start with nothing and build an empire. Yeah. So you started off, you know, just working in an office, you know, the usual job that most of us get after campus, you know, or maybe after high school. And then you created your own empire, and you know that's quite an inspiring story. So just tell us, who is Ngena, where you coming from, your humble background. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Christine. And once again, as you said, my name is Caroline Ngena. I'm an entrepreneur, and after running the business for some time, I just realized that I needed to give back. So that's why I've been doing motivational talks. And after also going for some training, I got into corporate MCing, which is just, I'll call it my side hustle or my part-time job. Right. Where I come from before Miss Clean was birthed is I was born in Uganda, Jinja, but grew up like another child, and later came to Kenya when I was almost a teenager, and grew up with a grandmother. And I think that's where the story of Miss Clean comes from. I grew up with a grandmother who was a clean freak. So doing cleaning, it's as much as it's a choice, it's something that is within me and inborn. And I thank God I took that direction. 10 years later, I'm so excited that I started Miss Clean. And if I was to start another business right now, if there was no Miss Clean today, I would start another Miss Clean.
Another Miss Clean.
Do cleaning, because I'm equally a clean freak with time. I'm equally a clean freak over time, and it's just been growing. Miss Clean was started 2008 when I was just clearing college. And I was doing part-time classes in the evenings and going to work. The same way everyone works to work and going to work. But my working and my schooling was very intentional. Going to take that course, I remember the last course I took was business management at Kenya Institute of Management. And why I went to take that course, because I knew I needed to get into business. I needed to start a business, although I wasn't so clear about which business I wanted to start. So in between, as I continued studying, I started doing small business plans, because now the business of the course introduced me to learn how to do business plans. So I started doing business plan after business plan, several of them. I can tell I did for salon, I did for taxi business, I did several business plans. Until I landed into cleaning. And I remember when I started writing about cleaning, there was something about it. It was very engaging and very exciting more. And why, you should ask probably why I settled for cleaning. Then when I was working, I was being paid 6,000 shillings. So surely that money was not even enough for me. So don't even ask if I saved any coin. I had nothing to save, not even to live on. It wasn't even enough. So for my business plan, I wanted to be realistic. I wanted to start a business that did not require money. All the business plan I did, all of them needed money. And I remember the cleaning one needed 800,000 shillings. And one day I shared with someone who had offered, you know, to finance me. But of course, fake promises. And you say, come see me tomorrow, come see me tomorrow. And tomorrow never came. But I decided I'll start nevertheless. And how did I start? I decided to do home cleaning, which did not require any money, any capital at all. So I got 2 women. I dressed them well. I just got 2 nice dust coats. I dressed them well, not the nice uniform we wear late, but just got them 2 nice dust coats. I branded them. Just to say, when I was employed, I registered my company then when I was still in employment, as I was doing my business plan. The days, I used to study 3 days in a week. So the other days, the evenings, I would spend till late in the evening doing research about my business and what I needed to do. So I registered in between. So by the time I was coming out of work, I'd already registered. By the time I was getting these 2 women, the business had the right papers. So I started by cleaning people's homes. Like, I'll just come to you and ask you, can we come and clean your house today?
For free?
Not for free.
Not for free.
I was charging only 1,000 bob, you can imagine. You see, if you're friends and you want to help me, though friends rarely help, but I got a few of them that do help me. So, and you can actually easily leave me with your key for your house because I'm your friend, unlike a day bag or just someone you found on the streets. So they would give me their keys. I'll go with the 2 women. And because I know what clean means, I'd ensure that the house is sparkling clean. We remove everything in the wardrobe, clean it up and arrange. Clean the kitchen, bring everything down, clean and arrange everything. By the time you're coming back, your house is transformed. And from that, that's how I started creating one client after another. The person would say, be coming every Tuesday or 2 days in a week, and then they'll refer me to someone else. And that's where now Miss Clean was birthed. So that's how it started, with no single coin at all.
Wow, that's amazing. And you know, someone wouldn't think that you could actually create a cleaning company, especially in Kenya, you know. Those are things that, you know, you think they just happen abroad. But you know, it's good that you made it happen here. So you're saying you started with no capital?
No capital at all.
Nothing?
Nothing, yes.
No loans?
No
nothing.
loans, no nothing. The 1,000 shillings I was given, I would share it among us, the 3 of us. I would give them like 300, I'll be left with the 400. It's transport. I think I'll save around like 100 bob or so in every sort of a job. So I also went to the bank before I started. And of course, the usual story. That you need to have banked for 6 months. What is there to be banked? Even my 6,000 shillings, if they pegged on the 6,000 shillings, then I was already out of work. So there's no, I didn't have a payroll. And even if it was there, what was even to be saved to pay a loan? So the bank could not, by any chance, give me even a single coin. So I went to the same bank and started saving my 100 bob. Every time I would save it, I would do some job and ensure that I take my 100 bob, my 200. And with time, I started having now several jobs even in a day. So I would move from one house to another, just supervising and ensuring that we do a good job. And that's, as I say, that's where I started. Then later, I was very passionate and I kept on sharing this with everyone. And this is actually a big advice to everyone. Anything you're doing, however small it is, first create a bigger picture of it in your mind and your brain, and tell it as you feel it in your mind. Do not even care how people say it or think it is. Actually, people buy and listen to what you tell them, and that's what they borrow and they understand. So I kept on telling everyone that I was running a very big cleaning company and I can do this for you. So I remember one time someone referred me to a company at the CBD, and that was like now my first commercial job. And this person said, I can refer you to this company. I know they need a cleaning company, but I can't give you any contacts. Just go try your luck. And I remember I went to the reception. I didn't look this clean. Like, well, I was clean, yes, but I didn't have makeup. You know, I didn't look the part. You know, those people you want to just usher in direct. So questions, of course, from the reception. Do you have an appointment? And I was very clear. I said I didn't have an appointment, but I needed to see the boss, the manager, actually the big person. And I'm that. You just need to be aggressive enough and passionate about what you're doing, and do not even relent and allow anyone to just put you down. So finally I managed to see the manager, and I remember when I went to his office. You see, I was really very young actually, because my business is 10 years old. I was very young then. When he saw me, he was just like, what can I do for you, young girl? I said, I'm running the biggest cleaning company and I'm looking for a job. I would like to clean your office.
Oh, wow, that's totally believing in yourself.
That baffled him. He actually said, wow, I really like your aggressiveness and confidence. Please sit, I serve you a cup of tea. And I knew I got the job from there. I already won his heart. And for sure I got it. That was my first job. And I was paid 26,000 shillings to do cleaning only once. It was a Saturday. And let me tell you, that's what helped me know that I do not need to go back to employment. My 6,000 shillings for 30 days versus the 26,000 shillings in one day, my business was here. And it was done and it was ready to be run. I didn't also have materials or machines. I had to hire for that first job. And of course, subsequent jobs.
Because I was going to ask you then, how are you able to get the equipment, you know, the material that is required for cleaning? Let
me tell you, that was like the biggest challenge of my life. Today I have other challenges, but that is very special because I was one young and very green. What I know is that when I secured the job, I started panicking with him because I didn't know how to deliver. So what I did, I looked for someone who worked for a bigger cleaning company, and I shared with them what I have and what I'd gotten, and I asked him to come in and see if this was his job. So I had to subcontract him to get all the right detergents because I'd never cleaned an office, and cleaning is not just broom and soap. So I told him to come in. I would pay him whatever amount he needed, and then we'll be able to do the job. But he asked me to get a machine. The machine, I remember I'd just seen it one time on TV and also on Gazette, but I'd never seen it physically. Then who is God? When I was walking around the streets one day, and this is just something I've learned about your main life, the thoughts you entertain around you somehow attracts opportunities. One day I was walking with, on the streets, and I met someone pushing that machine. I stopped him. I said, do you hire this machine?
Wow, what are the odds?
I know. Then he said, yes, we do. I said, can I book on this specific day on Saturday, and you come with the machine yourself? How much will you charge? And he charged me 1,500 shillings. The other person I subcontracted charged me 7,000 shillings, and that's how now we managed to deliver. And I worked with that person who had subcontracted step by step. I could tell how leather seats are cleaned. I knew how carpet is cleaned. I knew how a floor is scrubbed nicely, what to use on cleaning the tables. By the time I was done with that first job, I had my notes right and my experience right and the right detergents that needed to be used and the machine, and I delivered and I got paid.
Yes, and ready to just go on your own.
My own.
Wow, that's just like self-taught, you know, just being street smart, I would say. Because I mean,
I would say I had no, when I started Miss Killing, I had no experience, no money, no mentor, no exposure, no capital, like almost nothing. I mean, everything was just against this, but I managed. Yes.
But when you were starting it, did you know the potential that this cleaning business had, or did you just say, you know what, let me just try something new and imagine it would create, it would give me an income, it would give me a life?
I actually didn't see today. And if I tell you I pictured today, I'll be lying. Because, as I said, I was born in Uganda and I schooled in Ukambani. So Ushago, up country. So there was no exposure. I had not seen even a big company. I didn't know how companies look. I did not even know how people run successful companies. So there was no even mental picture. You know, it's easy for people to relate when I tell my story, then they can know where to take their businesses to. I had never seen and never heard. I only knew the big companies, you know, the corporates that we have around. So I didn't see today. But I'm a faith freak. What I know is that I am born again, and that time I prayed. I was just looking back the other day and remembered that particular year when I started business, I went for Kesha for a whole year. And I was just telling God, if this is your will, God guide me and lead me and confirm it. So one thing I knew is that God is taking me somewhere. The somewhere I didn't know where exactly, but I trusted Him and allowed Him to guide me and order my steps every day. So where I am today, even where I am going, I might have visioned it right now because of course, the kind of exposure I have. But I know God has bigger things for me. So I'd say it's been a step of faith every day. And every day life just unfolds and the business just becomes better and bigger and just amazing and surprising. Yes.
All right. You know, so I mean, having run a business for 10 years is not, it's not a small thing, you know. So what would you say like are your tips for success? Especially, let's just first of all, before we look at the general picture, you know, having a cleaning company, you know, what does it take?
One thing I remember a message also that I had while I was going for Kesha, a preacher preached. I remember she's Pastor Joanne. Maybe she doesn't know this. She preached about focus. And every time I have lost focus, I've failed big time. I've actually burned my fingers. And focus means concentrating on this one thing as much as you could do other many things well. And focus has worked for me so well, such that every time it's exciting when someone calls me 5 years later and say, Gina, are you still doing cleaning? And I say, yes, I'm still doing cleaning. They're like, I have this job for you. So having focus means then people know you for this one thing. People can trust you for this one thing. And you can also put all your energies and your resources in the same thing. I've started other businesses on the side and I've closed them. I wish I never started. I have lost money. Let me tell you, I don't want to cry, but I have lost money because of lack of focus. So I'd call that like my number one.
Focus.
Focus, yes. Another thing is I don't know whether focus and consistency would be the same thing. Of course, focusing and also being consistent with the same thing and developing it. Because today, what I know about cleaning is completely different from what I knew about it, you know, like 5 years ago. Another thing is investing time. Sometimes people think because you're getting out of employment, then you're getting into freedom. Let me tell you, there is no freedom in self-employment, and not just self-employment in business, because the two are different. In business, this is where you invest your all, and I call it invest your time. Business people are the people that are the first to arrive in the office and the last to leave when everyone is gone. And right now, it's when I'm able to afford some decent holidays. But the first 5 years, I lost my life completely, including dating life, including social life.
All the focus has to just be there,
you know, focusing and I mean, investing, intentionally investing time into your business. Because your workers should not show up in the morning and find you with nothing to tell them for the day. Your clients should not call and tell you stories of the things that are happening in your business when you're not aware. You're the person who needs to get money for the business. So you shouldn't get business and then you're also not able to fund it because you're busy, maybe late at work or not focused. So the time invested also has to be very practical in the sense that you're able to think and network and look for money and manage your staff, because before you even get the money to be able to employ the right people, then you are the one who is doing everything for yourself. Yes.
And so how many employees do you have?
Right now we are 43.
43. Wow.
Yes.
Wow, that is amazing. There's a lot of people who didn't have jobs who have jobs.
Yes.
And a lot more to come.
Yes, a lot more to come. We have big dreams and we know more is coming. Yes.
So then, you know, at this point, I'll just ask you, what is your vision for this company? I know, you know, you've come a long way, 10 years, but what's your vision? Where do you want to see it? What do you want it to do for society? What do you want it to do for the young people? What do you want for it to do? Well,
my heart is very big when it comes to giving back to the society. And one time, way before I started Miss Clean, I had started supporting young people. And I have a lady, she's a lady right now, then she was just a young girl. When I was in my early ages, I took her from Majengo Slum. I don't know if you know Majengo Slum. She was an orphan and she was living on her own. She didn't have parents. She was living in a mud house, leaking, like everything was just in shambles. And I picked her in. I didn't have money. Then I was actually in college and still volunteering. And I took her in to live with her. She was still she was in class 8. So she cleared class 8 and I took her to boarding school. Then God provided, and that's why I say I'm big with faith. God provided. I took her through high school and she cleared. And the last term for the last elections term, she was nominated, as a ward rep. She actually succeeded, maybe I'd say succeeded before me. I was still in the shambles and trying to get myself around. But now she was able even to be, you know, nominated in the government then. And I told myself, if I'm able to touch one life this mightily, then I can do more. I've educated other children. In another boy who's around right now, he's just clearing Nairobi University, and several others, including also some distant relatives. But my big future, or rather my vision for Miss Clean, is that we can be able to be the biggest employer in this country. I'm the type, or rather I'm of the opinion that I don't want to keep on asking what the government is doing for me as a Kenyan. I want to ask the government to create opportunities, or rather a conducive environment for me to be able to thrive as a successful Kenyan by creating employment. So that's my biggest thing, especially vision for Miss Clean, to be able to employ the many numbers. You know, it's so exciting to one, you know, where every day you see someone going home with a paycheck, and you know, kids have gone to school, you know, families have been fed, and they have a shelter on the top of their roof. You know, that's very exciting, and to me that just does it for me, for Miss Clean. If there's anything else much we are doing at Miss Clean, that's just amazing. Of course, to give back to the community, I'm looking at creating a pool of so many children, and especially girls. My heart leans more to girls, to be able to educate them. I've been doing it small time, but as much as the business grows, I'm looking forward to having more money to be able now to do that. I don't know where God will take this again. As I said, I walk a step of faith, and every day I take a day at a time. And I know maybe I'll create an institution, but I know I'll be able to educate children. That's where my heart is in the future.
You know, I can imagine when you first got your first paycheck, you know, your first job, and you were so excited and things started looking up, but I'm sure along the way there are some challenges, and there's sometimes maybe you felt like, you know what, I think I can't do this anymore. You know, maybe just share with us some of those hard times you had, and what took you through them? What made you, you know, say, okay, fine, I will live to fight another day, and I will continue doing this?
Wow, I think that's what's more major for me. And when I tell Miss Clean's story, I don't feel it's complete until I tell my failures. They're special, you know, they're real failures. Having said that, I started without capital. It's something that I would not advise anyone. It's a hell of experience. I mean, you do not want to be in that space. Because collecting 100 bob, I don't know how long you'll take to even have 10,000 shillings. So as I said, the first job I got, and I was able to do, and I was given the 26,000 shillings. I was so excited. I had house rent and some bills to take care of and pay. But of course, as I continued to market, I remember the first time I got a tender. I applied, as I said, I started very well, and I ensured that all the documents required, I had them. So I started applying for tenders, and I got a tender with a parastatal. And this is the time now I'd saved some substantial money in the bank, and also had a contract that I could show to the bank that now I'm worth some money. So I was given money to buy my first machine. Cleaning machines are very expensive. Off the shelf one, like you just walk in and buy one, it's 250,000. The big machine that for scrubbing. That is not little money, and especially if you're starting off with no money. So I was able to buy a second-hand machine with the money that was given from the bank. And what I didn't do, because I took the money in between the contract when it had already started, what I didn't do is the math of what will I do when the contract is over and I'm not able to pay the loan. I just walked again by faith, but without insight. So the day came and the contract was over. You see, tenders, it's not guaranteed that you have it for the next year. So, and the time came and I was not able to pay the loan. And let me tell you, banks are not easy, especially on young people. They know you're a big risk, actually. People, like right now, if I go to the bank, they're easy on me. You know, they can see some transactions. They know I have a few assets. Then I had nothing to be called my assets. Actually, the loan I was given on home chattels, which was really nice because I didn't have any security for car or land to show. But this time around, the bank was so strict. They kept on calling me, and I literally had nowhere to get the money from. And one time I was actually unwell and I was home. I was not able to go to work. They thought I was hiding. they send auctioneers to my place.
Oh my goodness.
The story of auctioneers, I'm so used to them right now, I don't even mind them. They call, I just said, so where are you? I can actually come, I can come in person. You know, you run business and you grow a thick skin. But that time it was really scary. So when they came to my place, they said, we know we have a loan with the bank. And that time actually it was a deficit of like 4,000 shillings. But even 1,000 bob, the bank will not allow you to stay with it even a single day. So they wrote all my document, I mean everything that I had attached to the loan, and they said in 14 days they'll be coming to collect everything. And to me that was a moment that I was just wondering, when will I ever get out of this? I cried my heart out. I didn't have anyone. Actually, I didn't mention that I didn't have parents. See, though you could just call a parent and ask them for support. And I cried, but the next day I woke up, I dusted myself and I said, Ingina, life has to continue and you have to move on. Coincidentally, there's a client we had worked for and they were able to pay us within that week, and I walked to the bank with the money and I paid them. And there was no other story. Just continue paying your loan. We have no other stories with you. Just continue paying your loan. So that was the first one. The second one also, I had a loan also. And this time round, business went down. I had gotten really good money and I had bought a car, I had a loan on some, you know, on my asset and all that, but business went down. Business going down means you have no money to come, and your lifestyle has also gone high, your expenses are high, you have more staff, you know. Life changes, of course, from one step to another in business. And again, we almost faced the same situation of auctioneers. But we walked through. They never took anything, but we managed to walk through. But also I've learned also from the same is that face your fears. Do not run away from your challenges. Face them squarely. The people, the banks have human beings managing them. It's not buildings. You can actually talk to them. You can converse with them and share with them and actually tell them, especially if it's a loan that you're not able to pay as you had promised, you can tell them to extend it and give you small amounts to be able to pay. In other words, negotiate your way around.
You can always work through things.
The last one, the last challenge is actually staffing challenge, where you have a staff, you've trusted them, you've built structures and left them also delegating, because also again you cannot continue being self-employed, you need to be a business person. And all of a sudden you just find someone has opened another cleaning company on the side, and they are running on the side and they're having challenges with you know, staff. You know, clients telling you we are receiving different information or money being channeled elsewhere. Yes. All
right, so actually we can see a video of you just explaining, you know, how what you do. Maybe you can tell us a bit about that.
All right, that's...
So do you actually do the cleaning as well yourself?
No, I'm a boss now.
You're the boss now.
Yes.
Good.
This is, I decided after now learning and understanding, I know that other people have started cleaning businesses, and as much as I'm giving back, I run a mentorship program to give back also to the society. These are some of the things that I do. I give people knowledge. Even for you, as I educate clients, I educate also other people who are starting cleaning businesses. So educate them on how to, like this is a sofa cleaning video, just educating them on how to do sofa cleaning, how to take care of it at home. And then one also is starting business so that they can know and understand how to go about it in case they have cleaning, you know, they need to clean sofas. Like this is the easiest job you can make money from if you're starting
it's also
cleaning.
Easy to learn.
Because
I mean, the same way you learned from someone, and I like the fact that you're just giving back the same way you just learned from someone.
Yes.
If someone watches this like today, they could start their own company, you know.
It's easy. Actually starting a cleaning company, it's easy. Like now, if you want to start with sofa cleaning, you just buy a vacuum cleaner and get the right detergents, and you get the job done. You get 2 people to go and do the job, of course, experienced ones. That's how I've been able to do it. Yes.
What would you say are some of the most valuable skills that you have, you know, picked along this journey of entrepreneurship?
People skills. People skills. And when it comes to people skills, I keep learning every day. Your suppliers are as important as your staff. Your clients as important as another person in your in your circle. So from end to end you have to relate with all of them very well. The other day we went to clean a home, and there was a specific floor that we were supposed to apply a certain floor, I mean polish, but the supplier gave the wrong polish. So when you polished, the floor didn't come out very well, and of course that was a complaint that we had to go back, I had to visit the client, figure out how to sort it out, and later. So I realized if I don't manage my suppliers very well, then they'll mess up my work. Same thing, if I don't pay my workers well and I don't follow through the things that I need to be taken care of, then they'll mess up the work. I'll not be able to earn or even go forward. The same thing, if I don't take care of my clients, from how to speak to them and appreciating them. It is not actually a right that they buy from me, but I need to treat them very well and just be friendly. So one, people skills. Number two, you have to think on your feet as a business person. Challenges will show up every day. You have to be ready to think on your feet. You cannot be the last one to, the first one to worry when something is happening. You know, your workers watch you straight on your face, and the way you react, that's exactly how they respond to any situation at work. So there are times I'm dead freaking within me, but I show a very confident face. I tell them, this is the direction we're taking, this is how we are going, but then at the back of my mind, I know this. You're
freaking out.
Yes, freaking out. So you just have to be able to think on your feet and relate, and equally be able to network and network. Network is your network. You have to sell your business far and wide for people to be able to know and understand. You know, your brand is not a brand yet if it's not yet known out there. Right now, where we are at, we don't really need to go out to do so much marketing. Clients are coming to us. They are continuously coming to us and calling and just requesting for jobs. I didn't know that would one day tell a client, kindly allow us to clean for you tomorrow because today we are booked. That was, I was never even in my dreams. But today it's happening. It's because we've continuously sold ourselves out, we've networked, we've marketed, and we've equally given out back. And every time someone calls me, most of them will tell me, I asked for a cleaning company and you're recommended by 3 people and I knew you're the right person to go to.
So how best do you network?
I belong to several networking organizations, like several of them. I'm an outgoing person, so I have Kenya Chamber of Commerce is one of them, very important for business people. Business Network International, it's an international organization that has business people just meeting on a weekly basis where we give referral business. Like when you meet someone tells me, my office is this, or I know this company that needs this. So that's a networking organization. I've been there for like the last 6 years, and we're actually going to Bangkok next week for a conference. I belong to League of Young Professionals. This is another networking organization for young people and professionals, business and professionals. I belong to a business forum in my church. I go to JCC, so we have a business forum, and I wouldn't be able to count like all of them, but I've intentionally been able to book myself Rotary, Toastmasters. I ensure where I'm able to learn and network, I am present. Every time, I'm sure you've seen so many networking meetings around in town, I try and attend most of them because that's where you keep expanding and of course telling people about your brand. Yes,
indeed. Wow. I'm really inspired. I'm personally really inspired. And yes, your network is your net worth, and I like the fact that you try and cover all your bases. And for someone who's at home and they're thinking, okay, how do I get to some of these networks? How do I join some of, maybe I don't have money, I don't have the right outfit, to go for these meetings. How do you get yourself started with joining some of these networks? Okay,
some of them you have to subscribe, and some are really expensive, others are cheap, others are free. Right now, life has evolved so much, because looking back when I started Miss Clean, I remember to learn on the Miss Clean name, I was trying to Google online to see cleaning companies, and by then there was no cleaning company that I had a website today online. But right now you Google online, you have so many of them, So technology, social media has made everything easy. You just go online and type networking organizations in Kenya, and you can always land on 1 or 2 that you're able to pay. Most of these networking organizations, you might not become a member, but they have open meetings, open networking meetings, which mostly are normally free. If you're just a startup and you're starting, be aggressive to look for the free meetings that you can always find. And in between, as you continue doing the free meetings, then you'll be able to network and probably make some money to be able to become a member in one of those meetings. Again, also, it's the attitude also you carry around with yourself. if you look at a networking fee as an expense, you will never pay for it. But for me, I look at it as an investment. Yes. And that way, then I'm able to invest and get more money. And I've enjoyed, and actually my business rides on networks. Yes.
Wow, amazing. You also do DIY videos as well, yeah?
Videos. I
do it yourself, yeah.
You know, I realized cleaning is just like another job. It has its own basics. Like, for example, something very simple. Most people, when you're at your home and your kitchen is either sticky on the floor or the cabinets are sticky and you don't know what to do that, I tell people just use warm water throughout. That is something simple. So normally what I do, I either go stage in a home or in an office and I do a small video. I just tell people, if you're to clean your kitchen, how do you do it? Then I do a short video with elaborations, and I'm able to get, of course, following, and not just following, and be able to inform people. And of course, I get business in return.
Exactly.
So I've done several of them, and I'm still doing. I'm still working on that so that I can make it consistent, so that I can continue informing and giving back as well.
All right. So maybe also share with us your social media handles and your website, and you know, just how people can get in touch with you in case anyone has any questions on entrepreneurship, or you have a potential client out there right now.
Yes, social media handle. I know what is big for us is Facebook. It really works. We are on Facebook as Miss Clean, Domestic and Office Solutions Limited. It has our flyer and our logo right there. You can actually see Miss Clean. Instagram, we are missclean.ke. On Twitter, we are Miss Clean S. No, Miss Clean S. Yes, on Twitter we are Miss Clean S. And of course, as a person, I also have my own pages as Ngina Caroline on Facebook and Carol Ngina on Instagram. And we have a website, www.missclean.co.ke. Yes.
All right. So before we get to the last part of this conversation, maybe what role has social media played in your business? Has it played a huge role, and a positive one, or otherwise?
Huge role. Huge role. And you know, I look at the young people starting businesses right now, and I know they're starting on a very good space. When we started, there was nothing social media that could actually peg on. But over time now, social media has come and made business very easy. Right now, you don't really need to have an office to be able to get business. Like for our cleaning business, we really have clients saying they want to see our office. They just call us and we go to them. So right now our social media is like our home, and we have to keep cleaning it and making it look beautiful and good, but of course realistically, because you cannot say what you do not do. So we are consistent on posting on social media, and as we post on social media, as much as you're selling, for us, we focus more on informing. As I said, I'm doing short videos and write-ups on about cleaning. We are big more on informing. So for us, social media has translated in money form. I mean, it brought money, and we are happy about it, and we want to do it even bigger and better.
All right, that's awesome. Okay, so I want us to finish this show. I want us to play a small game. So it's a this or that game. I'm gonna ask you a question, so then you choose which one you prefer, which one works for you. Some are definitely related to, you know, this entrepreneurship career, you know, and some are just, you know, for fun. All right, so while working, while relaxing at home, while traveling, music or podcast? Podcast. Okay, so which is your favorite?
I listen to business people, especially people who are running big businesses, and I also a lot of interest. The person that I follow is called Lisa Nichols. She's my inspiration, and of course it's a story of, she's one of the biggest, she was the first black woman in America to be listed in their NSC there, so that's where I'm headed to. So I keep reading and listening about people who have gone ahead of me, especially business.
All right, the next one, money or free time?
Free time, but I mean, free time money. The two go together. You make money first to afford free time. Yes, because you could be having free time and very broke and be able to do nothing.
Exactly. Yes, and so, stressed out and
so it's a process. You have to make the money first, no free time, make money first, then you have free time and some money. Or money working for you behind the scenes. Yes.
All right. So watching TV or reading a book?
Reading a book. I don't watch TV. I don't have a TV for the last 5 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, there's a tip. So if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, Stop watching TV. Okay, don't stop watching TV because we are here to inspire people.
TV, yes.
Constructive TV.
Constructive. You see, of course, everything is online right now. Most of the things you can access them online. So I don't watch TV because you struggle to know when to stop. Yes. So I pick what I want to watch. I can Google, of course, right now everything on live. What I want to read, any channel I want to watch, I can watch it online. Intentionally watching, but not sitting down and watching soaps, movies. I mean, once in a while I go to the big screens to watch movies. Once or twice in a week, but I don't intentionally. Actually, don't want a TV.
Just okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So oceans or mountains?
Oceans.
Oceans.
I love water. Swimming. Yes.
No hard tasks like hiking.
I hike, but I'm on a break. Yes, especially this year I haven't done much, but I've been hiking, and I look forward to hike Mount Kilimanjaro.
Okay. All right. So living room or bedroom?
Bedroom.
I know. I
love sleeping.
Yes, me too.
Yes.
We're together on that. Saving, shopping?
Saving.
Yes, definitely a saver.
Like you will die if you don't save. I promise you. Yes, you save to shop. Yes.
All right, and then finally, calling or texting? Texting. Oh, and I don't know why I thought you'd say calling because you're a business person, so time.
You see, mostly I'm engaged. So when you call me, I may not be able to receive your call. But when you text, I can return on my time because how I do my work is early in the morning. I wake up, check mail, send mail, everything I need to go. Then I go to one meeting after another. Then in between the meetings, then I'm able to return or call back anyone who called me. Yeah, because calls are a bit of destructive, especially working hours.
Yeah, I get you. I do prefer calling. I think texting just wastes so much time. You could be doing something else. But anyway, thank you so much, Caroline, for coming through and sharing with us your story and inspiring us. We do really, really appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So maybe you want to share your social media one more time and how people can get you.
Yeah, okay. Miss Clean at Miss Clean Domestic and Office Solutions Limited on Facebook. Instagram, we're at missclean.ke. Twitter, we are Miss Clean S. Personal handle is on Facebook and Gina Caroline. But on Instagram, I'm Caron Gina.
All right, thank you so much. You guys, what I have taken from this talk today is that opportunity is missed by many people because it comes dressed in overalls and it looks like a hard work and boring and all that. But you know what? You just have to have self-drive. You have to believe in yourself. You have to be consistent. What have you gotten from this discussion today? Keep the conversation going on our social media platforms at Isaku TV Show. This has been Real Talk. My name is Christine Kai. Thank you so much for being with us and do have a blessed day.